Hey y'all, it's Chrissy O from the Chrissy O Show and Chrissy O Clucky Chronicles. And today on the podcast show, we're going to dive into the wonderful world of worms and grubs. But to be more specific, I'm going to be talking about mealworms and black soldier fly larvae. Okay, so if you've already got your flock, you've already got chickens, ducks, quails, guineas, geese, whatever it is that has a feather on it, and you're looking to give those beautiful fluffy babies, or even your adorable little baby chicks, if you've hatched some like me, you just want to give them a little boost of protein and some serious snacky time excitement, you've come to the right place, y'all. So come on, Clucky crew, let's get our grub on, okay? So here we go. Now, why the wormy love? Why do I talk about snackies? Why do I talk about wormies? Let's just face it, all right? Our feathered friends, they just love to forage, especially if you free range or partially free range or whatever, okay? It's just in these chickens, ducks, and quails' nature, all right? And there's nothing more natural than digging up juicy grubs. We've all seen them do it. There's tons and tons of videos out there. Heck, I've even posted videos out there of them eating all types of grubs, worms, earthworms, and different types of things. But mealworms and the black soldier fly larvae, it's just not something that I would consider just a tasty treat. Even though it's packed with nutrients that can really benefit your flock, it's also good use for training. And anytime they hear you shake the bag or whatever you have that shakes and make a noise, you can actually train your flock to, hey, this is snacky time. This is what we're doing today. So my babies know that. It doesn't matter if I'm on the duck yard, the big chicken yard, the quail pen, the angry roo pen. It doesn't matter. As long as they hear it and they know what that sound is, you can train those babies to snacky time. It is absolutely wonderful. I love it. So now, going back to the wormy love. So mealworms, black soldier fly larvae, grubs are an extreme protein powerhouse, okay? Your birds that you have, your chickens, your ducks, your quail, they are not vegetarians, okay? Yes, they forage. Yes, they eat greens. They have to have protein, just like us. They have to have protein. They're going to search for it in the wild. They're going to search for it if they free range. So they need that protein powerhouse pack, okay? Both your mealworms and black soldier fly larvae are super incredibly high in protein, but you got to understand that's also essential for their growth, their feather production, and egg laying is pretty essential. Now, when my babies were molting and yuck, they look so bad, or when you got baby chicks like I do now, you want to give them extra protein because it's crucial to make sure that they get through the molt properly, that they grow pretty feathers back, and your chicks will learn, if you're hand raising them like me, hey, this is a good treat and I can eat this out of mommy, daddy, chicken tender, whatever's hands, and it's good for me and I like it. Tastes good. All right. The next point is that it's super nutrient rich because these little mealworms and things and grubbies, they're loaded with essential amino acids, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. So they contribute to a well-balanced diet and overall health for your flock. And my most important thing is entertainment galore. Oh my gosh, you get to watch your flock go absolutely bonkers for these snacks. It's pure entertainment. It's super encouraging to see how much they will interact with you and with the snacky. And plus, if you just toss it out there on the ground, it encourages them to do some natural foraging behaviors and keeps them active and engaged, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, you want to boost their immune system with the snackies. So the healthy fats and nutrients in the snackies can also strengthen your flock's immune system as well. So you want to make sure that you're doing all the right things, doing all the good stuff. So you want to make them more resilient to illnesses, because it happens, just happens. Now, the next point I want to make is it's a classic treat. Okay, everybody who's ever had or raised a flock, a mixed flock of geese, chickens, ducks, quail, guineas, it doesn't matter. Everybody knows about mealworms, black soldier fly larvae, grubbies. They all know about it because mealworms are the larval form of the darkling beetle. In case you didn't know, now you do know. They're readily available. You can get them dried or alive. I've done both. You can make them a convenient entertainment snacky option, or you can do like me, and I have automatic feeders out there. They're pet feeders, literally, for like, I guess, dogs and cats or whatever. And the mealworms or grubbies or whatever fit into the automatic snacky feeder, as we call them. And we have it timed to go off 3 times a day when we're busy doing other things and are not out there in the yard. So you got that option. There you go. So they're great. Dried or live. Now, dried, they're very easy to store and they have a very long shelf life, which mine don't have a shelf life because they eat them all up, But anyway, they're, it's a great option for a quick protein boost if they're dried. Now, if they're live, it's a super extra level of excitement for not only you, but for your flock, especially if you're like me and you like to watch them. It encourages the natural foraging process, and they can be a bit more work to maintain because I've done it. I didn't like it, but I did it. We grew some gross. I'm not all bug happy like my kids are. But anyway, the entertainment value is worth it. So there you go. So dried is usually the way people typically like to go. If you want to raise them, I think I have a video on that when we bought the live ones, and it's somewhere out here in YouTube land, so go watch it and see if it's the thing for you. It was quite gross. And they smell bad when they're live. Woo, they stink. And they don't produce as fast as I thought they were going to, and it was kind of harder to keep up with. So there's that. You can either do live, grow your own, or dried. I prefer the dried. Let somebody else do the hard work, right? Okay. Now, black soldier fly larvae is known as the super grub. And they're gaining more popularity just because of their nutritional profile and sustainability methods that they can do with them. Those larvae that they have, they're just packed with a ton of protein and a little bit more calcium than what you would find in a mealworm. And they're great. I mean, either or. You can do mealworms, black soldier fly larvae. You can mix them up. I tend to get a mix. They're all good. They're good. But talking about black soldier fly larvae, it's high in calcium. It's very beneficial, especially for your laying hens at their peak laying times, okay? Calcium is very essential for having strong eggshells. Everybody knows that. It's a pretty good sustainable choice. They're mostly raised on food waste. And if you're into making things environmentally friendly for that option, there you go. That's your information as far as that goes. The ducks, the chickens, they go completely nuts for it. And I'd have to say that between black soldier fly larvae and mealworms, there's an absolute tie. I can't really say one's better than the other because they're both equally great here on our backyard farm. So there you go. So I'm going to give you a few little tips for feeding some wormies and grubbies, okay? Because I think sometimes people tend to overdo it when they don't mean to, or maybe they just don't know. But you want to make sure that moderation is key because these are very nutritious, but they should be offered as treats, not as a meal replacement for a balanced feed, okay? and they're snackies. All right. Now, you can do too many of them, and it can lead to issues with obesity, nutrient imbalances, those types of things, and you don't want that for your flock. We typically do twice a day. We do morning snackies in the morning. We call them breakfast snackies. You see my videos all over YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, where we talk about snackies. And we do them in the evening, so twice a day. But moderation is key. Don't just keep throwing out a bag full or a hand or whatever. Just do a handful at a time, and you should be good. So that's basically what we do, is a handful at a time. You know, keeps it good. Everything's wonderful, and it also keeps them coming back for more. And mix it up, you know, because I like to offer both mealworms and black soldier fly larvae. It just provides a wider range of nutrients. So if you can get, you know, those bags that are mixed with a combination of things, that's great. You can also do like we do and buy bags of mealworms and buy bags of black soldier fly larvae and mix it up yourself. So those work, because, you know, variety is the spice of life, y'all. Okay, even for your flock. All right, and make sure when you're giving these out as snackies that you're observing your flock. Just pay attention to how they react to the snackies, because some of them will have preferences, and then you can adjust it if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not going to obviously give my particular chicken breed something that they don't like. You know, if the lavenders don't like this, or the Rhode Island Reds don't like this, or olive eggers, blah, 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 so on and so forth, then I know to switch it up. It's, you know, it's like with us, you get bored getting the same thing all the time. I mean, yeah, there are certain snacks that are great. Like right now, Cadbury eggs are my jam, but I don't want them year round. I only want them during the spring and Easter time. So there you go. Now, here's another little thing that I always try to tell people. When you're feeding baby chicks or hatchlings, make sure to crush them up in your hand. You got to use smaller pieces of the mealworms or smaller pieces of the black soldier fly larvae. I crush it up in my hand, or you can crush them up into a bowl. I have a dedicated magic bullet that I use that crushes up eggshells. I do the same thing with the mealworms and black soldier fly larvae. Number one, you don't want your chicks to choke. And number two, you don't want them to have such big pieces that it impacts or starts to mess with their digestion or their crop. So just be very, very careful with that. And here's another thing. If you're using the dried ones versus live, hydration, hydration, hydration. Always make sure that your flock has access to fresh water, especially when you're doing dried treats. Because you have to think of it. Their feed is dry. They've got to go drink water. They've got to go find grit to process all those things down. And anytime you're adding any extra dry things in that they can't pull water from to help break down the food into their crop, then you got a potential, issue. You could have some problems. So make sure that they have fresh water all throughout the day. That's just a big deal, a big thing right there. You can add mealworms and black soldier fly larvae to your flock's diet. It's just fantastic. It provides plenty of protein-rich, entertaining, and nutritious snackies. All right. So for me, it's a win-win, and my feathered babies love it. So if you want to try that, that might be the thing to do. So my suggestion is just go ahead and treat your little clucky crew to some little wormies. Treat them. They'll probably thank you for it. You'll get great entertainment out of it. And if you are doing that and you want to share your flock's favorite snacky time moments, do it. Let me know. Send me an email with your picture of you feeding the babies. We'll post it up there on Photos and Friends on ChrissyOShow.com. By the way, we've already got some photos up there with some of our friends. We're loading them up. We have Pom Pom, the beautiful crested duck. That baby's up there. It's on Photos and Friends. Click on the picture, link to that attachment, and you get to see all and read all about Pom Pom. We also have Ducks of Providence up there. Melanie was very kind enough to send us some pictures of her babies. She does wonderful, beautiful ducks. Go check those out. Just click on the picture. It'll send you over there. You can learn all about it. So, with that being said, y'all, I do appreciate y'all, and I do heart y'all great big. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel at Chrissy O's Clucky Chronicles. Thank you for reading the blogs. Those come out every Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for signing up and doing the monthly newsletter on our email thing. I don't swarm y'all with emails. I don't do that sort of thing. But I do like to send you guys monthly newsletters so you can see what's going on, what's up. I do send a little fun seasonal recipe to go along with that. Give you some updates just in case you fall behind or forget. Anyway, got some really good spring things coming up. Greenhouse things. We've got to clean that again. We've got to start with some more seeds and some more things. It's just a lot of stuff going on. So hopefully you guys can catch up on the YouTube channel. Don't forget, we're on Facebook. Go join the group over there at Chrissy O's Clucky Chronicles. Subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are absolutely flock-tastic, and I love every clucking one of you. I really do. So, at the 1,000 subscriber, we will be having a random pick winner. Nanaroo, our rooster boss, he will be picking the winner at random, and the winner will receive the downloadable recipe book. And Nanaroo just says, you need to have a portrait of me, Mom. Mom, you have to give them a portrait of Nanaroo because I'm the boss out here on the chicken yard, and I'll even sign it. And I don't even know how he's going to do that because his feet's backwards, but I can help him hold the Sharpie marker. You can either get that photo through snail mail, or you can have it as a download, digital download, whatever you prefer if you win. So that's how we're rolling with it. Don't forget to check out the shop on ChrissyOShow.com. We got some really pretty cool things out there to help you guys out, like neck fans, and I think there's some sourdough starter kits there. All kinds of stuff that'll help you out with your homestead and your farmstead. But until next time, I heart you all great big. If you can't be good, I guess you can be good at it, I reckon. So anyway, I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a fabulous day, and we'll check in with you on the next podcast. We should be having some guests coming up pretty soon. They're lining up, so don't forget to tune into that. And I appreciate all y'all. Bye.